What's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today in front of me, I got the big old beautiful beast. This is the 2026 Astoria 3403RKP. And you guys know how I feel about a good rear kitchen fifth wheel. And the nice thing about the Astoria brand is they aren't a brand that is going to break the bank. Another thing that they have is in this price point, they're very rare to have a full body paint option. This one obviously has the regular fiberglass exterior, but if you want to get a little bit more pinkies up with it while still remaining within, you know, kind of like a budget that I could afford, you can get a full body paint at a pretty darn reasonable price. Now, if you guys are curious on pricing and all of that, I'll put a link for Funtown RV down in the description, along with all the specifications, things like length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes, all that good stuff. But appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully you find some value in this video. If you don't mind, if you do, hit that like and subscribe button or drop a comment. Drop a comment would be really helpful regardless. But yeah, 40 feet, 3 inches. So don't let the 3403 part fool you. This is still a 40-foot plus fifth wheel. And it weighs roughly, I think it's at 11.5. But again, that'll be down in the description. It does hold 1,900 pounds worth of stuff. You got one slide over here, another on the other side, and then I believe one in the bedroom as well. But you can see full profile RV as compared to a mid-profile RV. So you're gonna get really good head height in the kitchen. You're gonna get really good height in the living room, and then more importantly, into the bedroom as well. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. Like I said before, 2026 Astoria 3403 RKP. I'll give you a quick little look here of the storage on the exterior, just in case you don't make it that far. But I think they did a really good job. Everyone seems to be coming out with one of these like sectional style floor plans. However, I think a lot of people fail in the kitchen. This one actually has enough countertop space and enough space to move around while still remaining a little bit small. And I think it comes into the fact of where the refrigerator is, and with the slide being so long, it really allows you to kind of elongate a smaller area, if that makes sense, as opposed to having a shorter slide and have to cram everything in, right back there. I like the 2 recliner looks. I'm curious to see if there's an option for like another sofa or the theater seating, but I love the rocking chairs. I think that's pretty nice. They also lay back, pretty darn smooth, so that way you can take a snoozer in there as well. And I don't know if they're using Franklin or whoever they're using for the furniture, like some of their other other brands, like Redwood is made by the same people. Obviously the Redwood's a little bit fancier, but pretty darn comfortable for RV furniture. Each and every window, also opens up, and then you flip it around. You see your TV, soundbar, fireplace to keep you nice and a roasty and a toasty. And then you have a recliner over here, pull-out sofa right there, and then, you're good to go. So I really like the sectional. How do you guys feel about it? I think the decor looks pretty darn nice. I don't think it's going to offend anybody, by any means. I love all the window coverage you get, like right there. I know this is just down at like the Dutchman HQ, but I like the vibe that you have with all the wood. So I imagine down at the campground, this would be pretty darn cool. Flush mount floor for the slides. So it is going to provide you a little bit more head height, although it's a little bit of a shorter slide for a fifth wheel. Probably sitting at about 6 foot on the dot. I'm 6 foot, maybe 6'1" with the old Skechers on. So that's probably about where you're at right there. I'd say probably 6'1". And then you have a really nice size fascia. I mean, look at how big that fascia is. And I like how you have the LEDs running across up the top for maybe that midnight snack, back in the garage. You got that little extra light for you. Got the little birdcage style going on right there as well. Keeping that light nice and safe from whoever's standing up like a barbarian at your 4 tabletop right there. So you got the 2 chairs now, but you can put an extra 2. Be a little bit of a tight squeeze there for you, but you're playing some card games. You're having a good time. A little bit of extra storage right back here as well. Just let me pop that open. Give you a little view ski of what that's looking like, of course, with some outlets. What do you guys think about the backlight in here? I think that's pretty darn cool looking. Adjustable shelving as well, from floor all the way up to ceiling. So that's going to go up 6 feet tall. So I think that is, I think that's pretty cool. Like you could have a spice rack, and then, maybe if you're like putting have to store like a vacuum or something in there, you could do that. But then, you kind of pack it away however you want. Now there's a travel lock on the fridge, so I won't be showing you that today, but freezer on the left, refrigerator on the right. It's also a 12-volt refrigerator, so it'll run off any type of solar you decide to put on, your batteries and all of that. If you're going to be doing a little boondocking, maybe put some lithium batteries on there, and, you'd be ready to roll ski. Steamer Stink Sucker 3000. And then again, as I back it up, this is what I'm talking about for the kitchen. So not a huge kitchen, but it's formatted very, very well. You know, I like the fact that you get the solid surface countertops. Babe, if you're watching, I love you. You have more of the LED lights running off, and you have a little towel rack too. So kind of like an underrated feature, thought process to add in that towel rack. I think that was pretty smart on their end. Open this up. Bada bing, bada boom. Power tower, a couple more windows going back here, so you're gonna get three of them. And then what I really like is under the sink on one side, you can store your stuff, but then you also have the trash can ability, there too as well. 3-top burner to whip up all the fixings, along with an air fryer oven as well. So those are getting more popular. We love our air fryer. It almost has completely replaced, our oven. So I like to see it. You also get the same storage right over there as well. And kind of more as we continue going along here. I'm kind of speeding up. I got 7 more RVs to tour, and I've only got about 5 hours, so I'm kind of cutting it short here. But stainless steel bowl, tic-toc sinks. You got your cup cleaner, waterfall, soap dispenser with the high-rise faucet. Hitting those dishes from all angles. And I even like the tile-looking backdrop. It is like one of those little stickers you apply there, but it looks really nice. I mean, what do you guys think? Living room, not a snazzy little shot there. You're going to get 3 ACs in this are coming standard. That's right. So 2 here in the living room, 1 back in the bedroom. Again, full profile, so it'll be nice and tall up in the bedroom. I do love that sectional. I like how it's longer over here too. I think that's kind of cool for snoozing. No heat vents in the floor, so you'll notice your heat vents right there with the fireplace. So on a day that's like 45, 50 degrees, it'll be keeping you roasty and a toasty. Place for your, I don't know, controllers, maybe like a PlayStation or something. Then the Insignia TV that's going to be on a swivel. More storage here up top. And then you flip it around and you're going to have your control panel for all your slide rooms, your awnings, your black tank heaters. So 3 tank heaters as well. So 1 for each tank, which is nice. Max air fan, which will be right above the oven. And it just kind of keeps going down like that. Here's the control for your heat and AC. And then you have the floating steps. That way you can do whatever you do, whether it's shoes or, cat litter boxes or, whatever you want. You're good. Pretty darn good size bathroom, as you can see. I like how they switched to the black countertops, but also the black stainless steel looks really good with that brown backdrop. And then you also have the LED lights. And then you see, obviously, the mirror for the old bowling gun. Baby! Flip it around. Porcelain foot flush throne in an area that's big enough on either side to sit down and do what you got to do. And then normally I stand in the sink, but I want to get the antifreeze on my shoes and be slipping and sliding. But the Tri-Glide glass series that you can push either direction. And you're going to have about 6'5" of headroom clearance. And then you got this friendly little octopus doodad right there, to hang a towel on me. A nice little friendly neighbor window there. And then underneath both sides of the sinks, you can see you got ample storage. And then 3 pull-out drawers to go with your tankless on-demand water heater as well. Heading into the bedroom, you have a really nice closet right there. But I like the fact that you get, what do you think? Is that a king bed, queen bed? A queen? I think it's a king bed. USB universal C, windows on either side that open up. And you have the reading lights as well as some clicker lights there above. But this is what I'm talking about. So last year, this was a mid-profile front cap on a full profile, so it actually started sinking down about right here. But now that they changed the way that they construct their front cap, you get a lot more room, not only with standing, but now you have a little bit of that extra storage there too as well. And they're kind of using the closet from the Denali too. So you're going to get washer and dryer prep, or you can use it obviously for hanging room if you want, but there should be plenty of room for the washer and dryer with all the hanging space you get, and a power tower there as well. Emergency exit, pull, push, and plop. Appropriate plugins if you want to put a TV up here. And then, you have your dresser drawers with a 3rd AC, right above my head. But drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I know I'm kind of scooting on this thing. But like I said, you got to get scooting if you want to get tooting. So you got the, again, 2026 Astoria 3403RKP. That link for Funtown RV for the pricing and all the information as far as specs will be down in the description. And again, don't forget, you can get a full body paint option on this. I'd imagine it's probably going to add somewhere around $8,500 or so to the cost, just kind of judging on the side, but don't quote me on that. Make sure you always ask. Front cap, is this what I'm talking about? So the kind of more traditional 5th wheel front cap for your full profile. See how it goes up all the way right there? comes down like that, and then you have your soft glow lights that are not currently on. You got the Kurt Helix for the pin box, so it helps out with some of the chucking and bucking, some of that road sway and bounce. Spare tire, inverter prep, battery disconnect, and then a place for your battery. Heated and enclosed underbelly, again with those tank heaters, and they're using the Astoria 3000 series, so it's a 12-volt awning, so that will be able to run off your battery. Propane behind this door, and then pretty good pass-through storage as well. I mean, you could probably about fit a kayak in there, I would say, maybe two. Solar charge controller, so I would guess there's probably about 200 watts of solar up top. You got a couple outlets, GFCI proofing, and then shows off that aluminum frame construction as well. The composite steps are going to be a little bit lighter, flip up into the doorway with a friction hinge door too. A second awning coming off of the slide right here, and notice how it has the slide toppers. They did switch up the rims too, it looks like here, so a little bit nicer rim there for them. Cable driven slide over here, and then you come around the back, you're going to have your Lippert on-the-go ladder system to get on top of your fully walkable roof, backup camera prep, and a 2-inch receiver with a 4-way flat as well. So typically when you see something like that, they got about a 3,000 pound tow rating, but again, you'll want to double check that, and hopefully that'll be something that is down in the description for you. You got your connection, which is going to be for your gray water. Your black tank will be there up top. Yeah, there's the gray tank fill. That's the back end of your furnace. It's actually got my preferred furnace, so you can actually screw that off to do a little bit of easier maintenance. Cable driven slide up here as well, and then that's going to be your sewer outlet connection. Fresh water port where you're going to fill that up for your potable water, and then the back end of your Suburban on-demand tankless hot water heater. And unfortunately those are going to be locked, but you should have a docking station over here, and then propane up behind this door. We'll show you those specs. So 11.5, length of 43, holds 1,900 pounds worth of stuff. But all right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Hope to catch you next time. Again, my name is Hunter, and this is the 2026 Astoria 3403 RKP, baby. See you. Meow, 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 meow. Shoo.